Hello, Foxfire. Why do you need to get a life? Sorry, we're running a little late. We ended up started chatting and kind of lost track of time, like the idiot blonde buttons we are. And of course, poor Rylea, she just had a DirectX error, so her system bombed out. Kind of worried about that.
Yeah, well, considering it's the second time it's happened recently, and I haven't seen it for well over a year before then. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen it before on the current system, but it's been a while.
Yeah. So, things that have happened today is we took Cold Silver's tail in, and we beat up Susanoo some more. Did not drop a doggy. We are very disappointed because that doggy is for action.
So, where are you?
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. There you go. Aha. Let's invite you to a party. And time to ignore the fact that we just came out of like the worst cliffhanger ever to go to Gold Saucer. Yeah!
Yes, important things are happening. It is time to ignore them.
Yes! Because you could do that in an RPG. Just trying to think what else has happened. We also did Gunscath, which we actually was able to drag action in for that. That was actually kind of hilarious.
Yes.
Yes.
And he was admitting at the end that he was remembering all the bad times, and it wasn't as bad as he was remembering. And of course, we got the next piece of the high-end crafting done. One more to go. Have fun.
Ah, it's Nanophone.
Caught short-handed. Nanophone is glancing about with a hint of frantic desperation. Excuse me? Yes, you, miss? If I might have a moment of your time?
I think I have time.
My name is Nanophone, and I'm here as a representative of the Gold Saucer. The thing is, my employers are holding one of their special limited time events where all attractions reward 50% more MGP. Do they really need yet another currency in this game?
There's always going to be more currency. They actually phase out currency so they can add more currency.
Yes. The campaign has been so successful, however, that we're having trouble catering to the unexpectedly enormous crowds. Thus do you find me accosting passerby and offering temporary positions on our staff as attraction guides. Might you be interested in helping out in exchange for a generous payment?
Generous payment? I can definitely chill with that.
Wonderful! I'll let my supervisor know to expect you at the entrance square in the Gold Saucer.
And for those who've been playing the home game, it doesn't show up on the button buttons because they were kind of getting going beforehand. But he was actually the main focus character of last year's Make It Rain campaign.
Basically, he was not at the Gold Saucer. He wanted to be hired there, and we basically helped that happen.
Yeah, he wanted to be hired as a mascot.
Yes, Senor Sabotender.
So effectively, he's kind of the in-game version of a furry. Yeah.
No, he just wanted to be a mascot.
Airship landing. You guys kind of missed it when we originally started in the game way back when.
Oh yeah.
all the tombstones were actual physical items that would eat up bag space.
Thankfully, I don't remember that. As Cold Observer, exactly. Oh, look, Chinese!
And here's our destination.
I think I'll check real fast. Yes, I am on the proper one.
And that should be you.
Yep. Greetings, good madam, and thank you for coming. You've not been waiting over long, I hope. Yep. I am Rowan, the fellow entrusted with overseeing the daily affairs of this fine establishment. As Nanafan will have explained, we are seeking temporary assistance for our terribly overworked saucer staff. The sheer number of attractions can be overwhelming for visiting guests, hence the need for dedicated guides. Aside from providing information, one of their most vital duties is suggesting which amusements might best suit a particular individual's taste. Your first task, then, shall be to visit a staff member in each of the 5 squares and receive an explanation of the available attractions. And once you feel comfortably enlightened, I ask that you speak with our chief attendant here. He will put your newfound knowledge to a practical test.
Oh, that sounded like an announcement tone. What did we just miss?
The white zone is for looting and unlooting.
Oh, the slice is right! Do we dare?
Yeah.
We better hurry. We'll come back to this quest in a minute, but we have to play the slice is right. And welcome back, Foxfire. I have to ask, Foxfire. You said you needed a life. Why did you need a life? Or did you show up early to the stream?
Maybe an hour early.
Okay, let's see how badly we do here. This should be interesting. How well can you dodge? Oh,
Generally about 2 or 3 rounds.
Okay, I've got nothing to boost, No worry, Foxfire. Sorry we were...
No, at least it wasn't that you showed up an hour early and was wondering what happened and then realized, oh yeah, daylight saving. And of course, we're going to spend the next 6 months misremembering when the cackpot goes off.
Oh god, yes. Because the cackpot time changes, and it's like, no!
Especially since the 7 o'clock time is actually kind of convenient for us. 6, not so much.
And away we go! Yo, Jimbo, come on down! It's time to play the Slice is Right!
Hi, Jim.
How you doing, Jim? How's the wife and kids? I made that one.
Until we made it to this part. I rarely make it this far.
Yes.
In fact, yeah, I think I've made it to the gold pile like once.
Oh, there you go.
I tried going for the gold and it just took me forever to be able to click on it. And that really is like the second time I've ever made it to that.
Oh god, it's the threesome.
That does
Oh, ouch! Nailed me good.
We have what? One guy left? Yeah. Nope. 3 or 4. There's a bunch on the other side that I haven't seen.
Yeah, we've got several people left still, which is impressive. Now comes the cups.
And they so cheat on this.
Yes, they do.
Because until they do that, I can keep track of them.
Pick your side and test your luck. Survey says only hit one person. Impressive.
Yeah. Ooh, that got a few. Uh-oh. Oh, no, you need to move.
Yeah, because now you have the 4 boo.
Oh, jeez. I can't survive that news.
I think we have like, wow. Oh wow, that's a lot of people who made it. That's impressive.
Yeah, usually it's like 1 or 2, and that was about 4.
Congrats. Hello, Baron. Sorry, we had to pause to place the slices right because it's just too hilarious.
Yes. Most of their events are fairly fun.
And of course, there's Any Way the Wind Blows.
Yeah. Which is kind of the earlier version of this.
Okay, so I guess we're going... No, we want to go to Chocobo Square first.
You're leading.
To be exact, we actually want Vermilion Square.
Verminion.
Yeah.
I should try some of these games someday.
Hello, little Minion Square guide.
Nope.
Did you
started clicking through?
Oh.
Here in Minion Square, guests can challenge one another in the strategic contest known as Lord of Verminion. Whether you wish to test the limits of your tactical brilliance or simply revel in adorable minion mayhem, this is the game for you.
The only game here I'm actually halfway decent with is Out on a Limb. Everything else I'm complete fail fail bun! Yes, Foxfire. We want to go over here to Triple Triad Square.
Mm-hmm.
With Mr. Rugged himself. I mean, look at that face.
Yeah, I think he's a former mob boss. Kurt Square is home to the highly acclaimed and widely adored phenomenon we call Triple Triad. In this game, planning your card placements in advance is the key to claiming victory. Those who enjoy thinking ahead will find themselves right at home at our tables.
Oh no. Do you see who I see in the background?
No?
What are you doing here?
Oh. Dantec will be unstoppable!
You go, Tataru!
This is hardly the time to be hanging out here, Tataru. Or fine ones to speak.
Yeah, well. You'll occasionally, during the event, see certain people around. Usually in the most hilarious ways possible. We went over here.
There's Senor Sabutender.
Ah yes, the Crystal Tower Striker.
Mm-hmm. Fresh meat for the grinder, eh? Welcome to the family.
Crystal Tower Striker.
Bringing down the mallet with perfect timing is the way to win at Crystal Tower Striker. This is a game for those handy with a hammer or who have the patience to wait for just the right moment to strike.
How about Doman Mahjong?
In Doman Mahjong, 4 players race to gather tiles and form a winning combination, all the while trying not to hand victory to their opponents. The rules are many and varied, but it's the contest of wits and cunning that brings people back for more. There's nothing else quite like it, especially for those with an interest in Far Eastern culture.
Hello, Max Rose! At some point we should try the fashion report.
Oh dear.
Get our fashion leader title. I'm sorry. There was a while a year or so ago where Theron was dressed up in a chocobo suit as a Dark Knight and purposely put on the title fashion leader. And oh my god, some of the hilarity comments I got out of that is like, no, it was done with malice aforethought.
You must be our new guide in training. Where shall we start?
Any way the wind blows.
Hyphen is an actual void scent summoned by the spell of a student of thaumaturgy and later employed here at the saucer. During the event in question, you must try to anticipate where his next nasal eruption will occur, then maneuver to a location where you think you will be safe. Luck plays a large part in one's success, thus anyone can participate regardless of athletic ability. Any way the wind blows is a must for those seeking to indulge in the excitement of the unpredictable.
The slice is right.
The Slice is Right is an event requiring a combination of both luck and skill. The longer you survive, the greater the rewards, though you will have to contend with a fearsome Yojimbo. Think yourself fast enough to dodge the lightning strikes of the swordsman's blade? Then this attraction was tailor-made for you.
Kuffaker.
Ah, yes, Kuffaker. Come one, come all, and test your mind. The power of the punch is important, but so too is the precision.
Mooglepaw.
Steer the Moogle, grab the ball, and win your MGP prize. We see a lot of gadget lovers at this game. Also a lot of admirers of the nearby attendants, if one pays attention.
Yeah, the bunny girl attendants have a little cozy behind the Mooglepaw attractions to hide out and kind of avoid work. If you know where to look, they're right over here, just hanging out. To the untrained eye, it might appear as I'm merely hiding here in a frivolous attempt to avoid my many duties that I, a gold saucer attendant, have been assigned. So before you go getting it in your head that I somehow doing a disservice to this fine establishment, I ask that you promptly move along and only return when that eye of yours has received the proper training. Uh-huh.
And of course, the Moogle Paw is basically the claw game.
Yes.
The Moogle decides who shall stay and who shall go.
Ah yes, Mount Coral. The fakest mountain in Fakeville. Round Square Guide.
Master Roland has informed me of your impending employment. Shall we commence your education at Round Square's attractions?
Yes, please. Let's talk about Cliffhanger.
In Cliffhanger, a chocobo chick has stranded itself atop a forbidding mountain. Those who would rescue the lamentable creature must run a harrowing gauntlet of goblin bombs. It is a must for thrill seekers and danger lovers, but rather harder to recommend for folks simply looking to pet a feathery friend.
Leap of Faith.
There is nowhere to go but up in this grueling test of acrobatic prowess. We invite those sure of foot and strong of will to overcome the dizzying heights of this death-defying attraction. It perhaps goes without saying that guests who feel uncomfortable when faced with time limits and precipitous falls might do well to look elsewhere for entertainment.
That's one way of putting it. Where is our attendant friend that we need to speak to now? No pets allowed, my arse! Pet, 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 pet. Always have to pet. So you know, Cold Silver, events happen every 20 minutes. You can pretty much set your clock to them.
Every 20 minutes on the 20 minutes, and they're open for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, though with Leap of Faith, you can usually sneak in, like, if you can get in before it closes, you have the full time to actually do the puzzle. They don't skimp you on that. But you still have to talk to the attendant before they go, okay, I'm gone.
Yeah, for any of them, it's like that. You basically have 5 minutes to enter. Our fledgling guide returns. Do you think yourself prepared to meet and assist actual guests?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you prepared?
Yes!
Let us put you straight to work then. Come along. You look like the helpful sort.
I get something different because I actually have him as the trainer.
And we haven't really seen him in the podcast. This is Master Hammond Holyfist. He is the leader of the Pugilist Guild. And we'll be going through his story somewhat later.
Because his story is awesome. On so many levels.
And especially in like the level 30 quest, which is where, you know, all the class quests end. There's this one moment during...
Don't spoil it!
During the thing where, don't worry, I won't. Where they basically do some just wonderful camera work that just, oh, wow, okay. You see, I'm having a terrible time choosing which game to play. In my younger days, I would impress the ladies with my vigorous pugilism, but I wonder if excelling at one of these amusements might have a similar effect.
I
Going much on?
I think it's Kuffaker.
Okay. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Stand aside, the Holy Fist needs to go and rack up a holy high score.
You go, old dude!
Might be you.
Yes, I think it is me. The next two are me. Rena, Latonia, what brings you to the Gold Saucer? Oh, that's right. This is my trainer, too.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Perhaps you might help me then. I needed some time away from the Colosseum, but even in play I hope to find ways to improve my blade work. Would any of the diversions serve here as such a role? I think you should try the slices right.
Yeah.
So you must anticipate and avoid the sword strikes, yes? That sounds perfect. You go, Mila. You work here, yes? If you have a moment, I could use some advice.
That's right.
And she is actually the head of the Miners Guild.
Yes.
What kind of amusements do you have for a miner like me? I've spent endless hours clamoring about the mountains and such, so I can handle some jumping and climbing. How about the leap of faith?
Lord of Verminion?
Leap of faith. Leap of faith. Leap of faith. Oh, that does sound like a challenge. I'd say my time in craggy places puts me on an advantage, but I suppose we'll see. He likes the suggestion. We're on a roll.
Of course, all three of those are actually from Old Da.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mistresses Frith. That should be sufficient for the moment. Now, I've reviewed the reports of your performance. And it seems every guest with whom you spoke was most pleased with your recommendations. An outstanding effort. Why, I might almost be convinced to take you on as a full-time employee. Success rate aside, I was personally impressed by your genuine enthusiasm and unfailing politeness. What do you think, Mistresses Frith? Would you care to join our Gold Saucer family in a more official capacity? Master Roland, if you will recall our discussion, this was never to be more than a temporary assignment. A jest, my good man, merely a jest. I would never ask Mistresses Frith to abandon their chosen profession to alleviate a dilemma of our own making. I shall, however, thank you again for donating your precious time. Pray accept my heartfelt gratitude, and be sure to collect your payment before you leave.
So, want to leap with faith?
Tweet.
Tweet. And I'm going the wrong. No, I'm going the right way. Yay! I like it when I get turned around. You go, Senor Sabatenda. And I went completely around the circle, didn't I? Yes, I'm blonde.
It was a square.
It's a square circle. It's a circle square. Yes, we went to go to the leap of faith. Oh gosh. We most beloved one ever.
Oh. Well, at least I'll get one copper. And 2. Probably 3.
Of course, there's so many people here.
Yeah. Here, another one. Oh, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Really dislike what this one does to my camera. Right.
Yeah, this one has a lot of short jumps. Oh god, the gold's all the way over there. Dang it! How am I gonna do this? This seems pretty decent. Yeah. Oh, I hate this gold slot. Okay. Yay!
Play, guys.
Gonna have to check out where you are.
Copper number 5. Yeah, and that's perfect.
No. You can do it. We believe in you. This was actually a difficult one even for this one, so don't feel too bad. Actually, yeah. Believe it or not, the race that does the best in jumping puzzles has the shortest, stubbiest legs ever. Lalafell. For some reason, really tiny races for jumping puzzles in this type of game tend to be kind of the best. Not quite sure why, but that's just how it rolls. Watch the gap at the end.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, good reaction. You got this. No, you.
No.
If you squeak a. Yeah. Yeah, if you go forward, now turn here slightly. That's where the 2 silvers are. And if you actually want to go to the exit from here, you can.
I think I do. I do not like those platforms.
Yeah, those platforms are just evil. And we touch the goal to go out. If you don't actually exit, they won't give you the full credit. Nope.
What happens in the saucer?
Oh, very nice. Yeah, that one was actually their first leap of faith, and
yeah, and the newer design is so much better.
Yes, it is.
One thing, you can see where you're going.
And the chief attendant.
I too must once more express thanks for your timely assistance. This dilemma, as Master Roland puts it, is a serious one, and I fear our dearth of guides may yet prove disastrous. Should you be willing to stay on a while longer, there is more work to be done. But let us keep accounts current, shall we? Your wages, madame.
Yay, a new emote!
And surface with a smile.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah. Is there a regular vendor here?
A regular vendor? Yeah. The tap keep.
Okay. Because I've got a bunch of stuff that needs selling off.
Yeah.
Like these raptor shanks, this raptor sinew.
Actually, the sinew actually goes for a decent amount on Auction House.
I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay. I'll deal with this later.
Skin. The other raptor skin.
Actually, how much?
And the puck egg.
2,400. How much is the bunny suits?
More than that.
Yeah, I could buy like one piece of the bunny suit.
Yeah.
But not the chief bunny suit. Dang it! I would look awesome in the chief bunny suit. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, that's one of the problems.
A little too dark. I could probably dye it, but yeah. You'd look good in it.
Do we want to go for the other two locations?
Yeah. I was just checking, but yeah, we don't have enough.
No.
I'd love to get us bunnies in a bun suit, but yeah.
A guide to fun. The chief attendant appears eager to retain your services. These crowds show no sign of thinning. Might you be willing to brave another round of interaction with our guests?
Yeah, sure.
Splendid. Then I shall send you once more unto the breach. As of present, our most congested areas appear to be Event Square, Round Square, and Wonder Square. Report to the Saucer's guides in any of these three squares, and see to it that our visitors are catered to. And basically, yeah, you can pick one of the three locations. One of them is the one we did before. The other two are different with different people.
I say we go up here to
doing that.
The square. Wonder Square.
Wonder Square.
which is very round.
Well, wonders never square.
Ha 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 ha. I see what you did there.
Thank you for coming. Are you ready to begin your shift?
Yeah,
Are
sure.
you ready? Excellent. Yes. Fine day to you, lass. If I could have a word with you real quick like.
I got something slightly different.
Yes, you would.
Well, if it ain't the infamous Rena. You here to play, or is this some other mischief you got in mind? Hi, Jackie.
Tell me, which of these games is most likely to get a bloke's blood racing then? Preferably something what rewards nimble doob eaters and a disregard for danger.
Honest work, is it? You're an odd cove, lass, but that don't mean I won't take your advice.
So,
And
Moogle's
now
Paw?
he goes into the danger. Any way the wind blows? Maybe cliffhanger. I think it was cliffhanger.
Yeah, I already went for... Yeah. It's cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. You get to dodge bombs. Oi, dodging bombs, eh? Now that sounds like a lark. Thanks for the idea. Jackie seems enthused.
Less than enthused. Well, you know him better. Trying to remember who this one was.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry to bother, but I'm afraid I'm feeling a little lost.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Oh, right.
The Goldsmith Guild leader.
Serendipity, who is kind of bubble-headed.
Just a little.
She could be a Vera in another life.
With that hair, yes.
Could you point me in the direction of one of the less intimidating attractions? Perhaps due to my occupation, I have a weakness for things small and well-made, and squealingly adorable, if I'm to be honest.
That was Lord of Verminion.
Yes, that was totally Lord of Verminion. Armies of clockwork dolls? All squeezed together in one tiny arena? Yeah.
Yes. Squeak.
Yes. Yeah, she squeaks.
Dear adventurer, I would have thought you far too busy and stiflingly straight-laced to frequent a den of frivolity such as this.
Hello, Master Gigi Ruchu.
Well, that explains it. Seeing as you've taken a position to serve, I see no reason not to call upon your services. I am, shall we say, an admirer of beauty of the kittenish kind. Is there some simple amusement which might also indulge my discerning gaze? And let me be clear, I am a creature of comfort, entirely unsuited to exertion or exhaustion.
I think the Moogle Paw is right for you.
Mm-hmm. Just a few button presses, you say? And some lovely young bunnies lounging nearby into the bargain? I am more of a cat lover. Variety is, after all, the spice of life. Greatly enthused by your suggestion.
Psst, you're still a creeper! I still like...
And you enabled it.
Yes, I did.
Thank you, Mistresses Fifth. I'll not ask you to sacrifice your entire afternoon. Do allow me, however, a quick word to summarize your performance. Adequate, because I did the first one wrong.
Yep.
Merely adequate. Although it seems one or two of our guests were somewhat leery of your recommendations, I cannot fault your enthusiasm.
Perfect.
Evaluations aside, we stand by our promise to reward those who work to maintain the saucer's reputation for hospitality. The chief attendant will pay your wages back at Entrance Square.
Perfect. Simply perfect. Why, our guests might mistake you as one of our full-time employees. Evaluations aside, blah, 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 blah. Hey, care to win? We're going through the gold saucer and dealing with a little story event they've got for the holiday. We get to play tour guides at effectively Las Vegas. It's silly. And it's even more silly and adorable if you actually remember all these side quest characters that you've met along your journey.
Well, almost all of them are the various class guild masters, with the exception of a couple like Gigi Ruju, who shows up repeatedly in the main story. Thank you for your continued efforts. Here's your payment, as promised. Any further assistance you might provide during the campaign would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we'll help you once more, and then we have to deal with, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to deal with that. And I'll just go ahead and take it, and we'll skip on past. Oh god, another leap of faith. I think we'll skip this one.
Yeah.
In the name of time. And we want to go to this square over here. But yeah, we're gonna have to work and maybe save up our MGP for next year so we can get our bunny suits.
Something like that.
Our bunnies and bunny suits. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Are you ready to begin your shift?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. Our guests await your assistance.
Though I have to admit, doing this on Theron was hilarious because he was also in the bunny suit. It was perfect.
Oi, you're a guide, ain't you? I need you to do some guiding. Oh, right.
Oh god. Hello, girl.
And this is another side quest character, one that we haven't met yet. He basically handles all the relic weapons. You see, I'm looking...
He's hilarious.
Yes.
In a sad way.
You see, I'm looking for a game to stack them points up swift-like, but I don't fancy prancing about or learning a bunch of rules. I can swing a mean hammer if that helps. And I'm afraid we don't have any kettle-making attractions.
We do have the Crystal Tower Striker.
Yes.
I think that's right up your alley.
No kettles, though. Now that sounds custom-made for a master smith like me. Stand aside. It's time to loosen up the old swinging arm.
Oh, he liked that one. I think this one will be mine.
Okay.
Excuse me, miss? I find myself in need of guidance. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Give me just a second. Which of these mini attractions would you recommend for an Arcanist? A game which challenges the mind would be most preferable. I think you would do well with Dome and Mahjong.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the need for solid strategy appeals to me. As a customs officer, I have become curious to learn more of the Far Eastern traditions. This is an excellent idea.
Yeah, she is the Assistant Arcanist Guildmaster in Lemza Lomenza, and also part of their customs personnel.
Yeah, at a place called Mavis's Gate.
Right.
And considering they're pretty much the main port into Erozea, that makes sense. This one is you.
Yes.
And you will get something slightly different than I will.
Yeah. Have you been lured by this abyss of amusement as well, Ladonia? Yes, it is Kokobusi, head of the Thaumaturge Guild. Ah, a guide to souls lost in the madness. Commendable. I myself would welcome a nudge in the right direction. I seek the...
I got something different, of course, because I am not a thaumaturge.
Yep.
I seek the division in which a void...
No, that is the same.
So it just kind of skips over.
Yeah, on all of those, it seems like if you know the person, you get one extra bubble.
Okay.
I seek the diversion in which a void-sent creature, one summoned by the thaumaturgical arts of my own guild, no less, is featured most prominently. Know you of such an attraction?
That sounds like
Any
any
way
way
the
the
wind
wind blows. Look out, he spits!
So Typhon is here. I must inspect the measures employed in his containment, and ensure there's no danger to the populace. If you will excuse me. Thank you, Mistress Frith. You've given me the chance to attend to several other vital duties. Now shall we review your performance? Well, I'm happy to say that every guest seemed well satisfied by your recommendations. Admirable display of service. Has anyone spoken with you about becoming a full-time employee? But putting such matters aside, we appreciate any effort made towards maintaining the saucer's reputation for hospitality. Dismissed. Oh, and don't forget to return to Entrance Square and collect your wages from the chief attendant.
Can do. Actually, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Yeah, going the wrong way. Yes, we're in the middle of Round Square. Don't ask. It might make your head hurt. Okay, Mr. Chief Attendant. We're here for our wages. Payment is promised. Yeah. Want to do more? Not just yet. Yay!
Okay, that's that one.
What are you looking for?
That's who we want. Just see how bad it is.
Yeah, the price is kind of... And this is the half-price menu.
Yeah. Yeah, this is about what I expected, considering it took me took Rayleigh a couple of years to get to the point where it was possible.
Technically, I can get the bunny tights. That way I have a proper tail. Or the bunny chief tights.
Oh. Shall we get on with pressing business?
Yeah.
Do something about this cliffhanger?
Yeah. Oh, hi Yoshi P. I take it you're here to talk to Noe. Noe's gonna get you in trouble again. He always does. In case you're wondering, because I know there's a few people in the stream who don't know the in-joke, the guy in the red suit is the Wandering Minstrel.
Back to Ulda?
Yep, back to Ulda. He shows up as a quest giver late in the game, but he is effectively a self-insert of the head producer of this game, Yoshi P.
Yes.
So anytime you see him, yeah,
You're being meta.
They're being so meta.
It's kind of like Nabashin showing up in Excel Saga.
Yes. What? You don't like the fool?
See, Pedro no like the fro.
So now we're heading out to Drybone. Do we want to just check the Chocobo taxi out there, or hoof it?
I also note we're in the middle of an unlocked quest for Sunken Temple of Karn.
Checking. Which, we can only turn it in once we hit 35. They give it to us early, but yeah.
Right.
We're gonna have to sit on that one for a little bit. Chocobo Porter. Hire Porter, and then we want to go to Camp Drybone.
And now for the traveling music.
I hope your day's been going well, Caradwin. Yeah, it's such big sky music for chocobos. It's hilarious. Sometimes you just need a lazy day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. Yeah, Ladonia and I, we mostly spent in day running around doing basic crafting stuff since...
No, it was not basic.
Oh, no, you're right. It was not basic. I was sweating by the skin of my teeth for that crafting.
Yeah, boy, I hope the upgrade helps the next piece go a little bit more smoothly.
Yeah, holy moly.
Considering that you were only getting 25% or so on high quality, you just got really, really lucky and got them both times.
Yeah, it's like 25%. And I still got the high quality, which is like really good because, oh my god, I was sweating bullets.
And it happens twice, so yeah, your karma is going to come back and bite you at some point.
Ooh! Caffeine withdrawal is not good. So I assume you'll not be streaming tonight? As you'll probably just want to crash.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to faceplant, faceplant.
Mm-hmm.
I think that your streaming audience will understand. Oh, right. We don't want to go down here. We actually want to go to the Church of La Dama... Saint La Dama Dama.
Yeah.
I love Lalafell named conventions.
Yeah.
As we go tootling through a graveyard. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse
Glitch
me.
yard.
Yeah. Master Elude, we've got some really bad news. We kind of need your help.
Is something troubling you, my child? You have the look of one who's endured great suffering. If there's anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask.
The wild roses are dead, Father, and I know not what to do.
Yeah. Wild roses. I see. You may speak freely here. We're all friends of the Scions. How could this have happened?
Garleans. That's what happened. Garleans.
Are you certain that Menphile was among those taken by the Garleans?
Oh, quite certain. Stoic nod.
Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Menphilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well do I recall the day of our first meeting. I swore then to do everything in my power to support her. I will gladly offer the selfsame service to her brother and sister scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marx, would you come here for a moment? Yes, father? If you require assistance, pray speak with Marx. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I should explain. Marx is a survivor of the Battle of Cartano. Alas, his experiences took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marx, I want you to look after Ladonia and Rena. Do you understand? Yes, father.
To those who wait. Dun dun dun.
Mm-hmm.
And thus we begin a new chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Which is level locked to us. Ah!
Yeah, okay, we have a small problem.
Yeah.
I am just shy of 35, and the other two classes have the entire level to go.
Well, we've got a little time. We can either hit leveling roulette or Brave Flock's long stop, or we can, like, I don't know, run some fates.
Well, if we run a fate or two, I will. Actually, one fate should level me in Black Mage. If we do any of the others, I'll probably go into one of the other classes and see if we can get a full level.
Yeah, White Mage is the 30. Ninja and Paladin are just shy. White Mage has just started.
Warrior is barely into 34. White Mage is about a third of the way through.
So, what would be the best option? We've got a little under half an hour.
Yeah. So, kind of getting a little short for a dungeon.
Well, not necessarily unless we want to kind of speed run it, which we might have to if go a roulette. Just trying to think. Part of it is we're used to leveling inside of a guild with Heat of Battle 2 going.
Well, that and, it is actually kind of scheduled around, so you probably have two classes with all the side quests and everything. We're doing 3, and that is kind of stretching it a little.
Oh, Talon, would you like to join us for a quick dungeon run? If I go White Mage, we'll probably get... Or you want to go Warrior? We can do that.
That is my lowest.
Okay.
And if we do a roulette or something, we will probably get a full level.
Yeah, I'm game.
Okay. We'll probably do a roulette because that'll get us a really good XP boost. And you can come as one of your lower classes if you wish.
Yeah, give me a chance. Let's see. Go machinist for this.
Yeah, that'll get us about 8,000 XP. More if you're a tank.
Ooh.
Everyone ready?
Yep.
This should be an insta-pop. Oh, yeah.
You were saying.
Poof!
No, if
We
only
get-
the raid earlier today had been that quick.
Oh, gosh, yeah. That was
What
being
did that
kind of
take?
crazy.
About 40 minutes?
Yeah. All said and done, it was about a 40-minute queue for the raid. Ah, we get Halatali.
Okay.
Do you need queues on the bosses here? Because I know it's been a while for you.
Probably, and I've certainly never tanked it.
Yeah, don't forget to put tank stance on.
That would also be good.
Oh my god, this is an entire party of buns! Buns as far as the eye can see.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and we need to do this anyway. I've got seal hunts for this.
Same here.
So, yeah, this is like a twofer.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to think of what the approach here is. Well, the bomb first.
Go ahead and pull the bomb into the group by the open door.
To the left.
Yeah, this way. Yeah, don't feel bad about pulling multiple groups. We can totally handle it if that is your wish.
Part of it was just knowing which way to go next.
Yeah, it's been a long time since you've been in here.
And I never.
We got a
know
bomb on
which
the
way to
archer.
go.
Oh, good catch.
Yeah, I'd seen it going.
And we'll have one more bomb. Go ahead and pull them.
Yep, Maelstrom 2.
Okay, your job on this boss is just stay on the boss. The
That's
DPS
usually-
and I will deal with the mechanic here.
Yeah. There it goes.
Yep. You should be fine.
Oh, yeah.
If I could just target. If a gate opens by you tailing, go ahead and grab it. I've got this side. Yeah, and there's a gate open. That's the third gate. I'll get the third gate if you can stay on the second tail end.
Yeah, I got it.
We do have some coming in from the far side.
Like that.
Yeah, just like that.
The good news is he's nearly down.
Okay, it's just about dead.
Yeah.
There we go. Harrison says... Oh, right, I'm on infantry gloves. Really?
Yeah, this is a low-level dungeon compared to what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Want to see it? Oh, you got this. I'm gonna pop the chain.
Yes.
If it's a bomb, ignore it. Just ignore it. Keep moving. Nice pickup.
180, please.
Another bomb.
Yep. Eep, they like me. Sorry,
No, they
I went
don't.
too far. My bad.
You're fine. Okay.
Go ahead and grab this guy and pull him into the next group.
Yeah. Yeah, Singleton, yeah.
Ooh, a treasure coffer.
Copper.
And another coffer. Yeah, we did miss a chest back that everyone seems to miss at the start of the dungeon, but I'm not too worried about it.
Meh. Not with a dungeon this low.
If there was someone here at level, yeah, then go for it.
Yeah. Incoming snack.
Don't tread on snack. Ooh, lightning
Lightning
sprites. Pick
sprite.
those up.
Like that?
Just like that. Perfect. And let's see what we get with the chain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
More
we get
sprites.
lightning sprites. This way.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The big trick here is we need to pull him onto the base of the ramp. Do not step
Yes,
in the lightning
yes.
water.
Yes. Oh, I know this one.
Yeah, we've done it enough. And pull him all the way back, if you please.
Fine.
It just makes things a little easier when he pulls this maneuver.
Wow.
And let the lightning sprites come to us.
ever collect.
Uh-oh! Tailend's disconnected!
I'm still
Yeah.
here.
No, you're not. Did you climb out of the water?
It's okay.
He's not following direction very well.
No, he's not.
It's out of batteries again.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to charge them completely earlier.
Oh dear.
Well, it looks like you're back in game, so that's good.
Yeah.
Good job. Doctor's trousers, Doctor's queef. Loot abandoned. What the frick? It says I already had it.
Yeah, well, when there was 2 of the trousers.
I'm sorry. I think I did both. Go ahead and pick up that bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him coming.
New one coming. It's a bomb chain.
Oh yeah, weather has definitely changed up here. Got snow.
Okay then.
Think the snow's gonna last, or is it gonna melt out in another day or so?
Probably melt out. Mostly settled in the hills. I'm actually surprised
What
it
do we
got this
want?
low.
This way, since we don't really
Okay,
care
the door.
about gear.
Nor the trap that is the chest.
Yes, there's a trap chest. It's not that big of a trap, but it is a trap.
Yep.
And not in a Theron kind of way, you know?
No.
Oh, isn't he just
Hiya,
special?
ugly.
Okay, the big thing is as soon as the fire puddles come down, come to the back and deal with the fire sprites.
Hmm.
DPS and I will try and take care of the incoming other thingies. Like right here.
Okay. Where are the sprites I'm dealing with?
Way in the back, it's the big fire thing. Which is on me.
Big fire thing.
It's down now. You're on the boss.
Okay. I only saw the small stuff.
Now you have to go all the way to where we entered the arena.
That's not the back, that's the front.
Yeah, there should be 3 in total, and then he'll let go.
We're here.
we get everything without the fire puddle and him locked into place?
Yeah, he won't last that long.
Not at this rate.
Nah, you could probably limit break him pretty safely if you want to. Never mind.
Yeah.
And there's my level.
And mine.
Oh,
Nice.
right. Da, 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 da. I look so happy.
And of course, that's 35 also, so that's a new job quest.
And Champagne Bubbles is probably going to go, why did I get 3 comms?
Maybe? I didn't think I birded that well. Beast gauge expanded. Though not while I'm in here.
Nope. Goodbye! Time to leave the dungeon. Still, that was an excellent run. And
She got an achievement.
leaving a good impression. Nice. She's probably like, why did I get 3 comms?
Hey, look, side quest. Also probably wanting 35. Yep, 35. So, it's approaching 11, 5 till. I say we find some shelter.
Well, we can go down to Drybone itself. Come here, Erozea. You're faster on your feet.
And probably next week we finish off getting everything up to 35.
Yeah, we'll probably start with a quickie roulette run. And Talon, you're more than welcome to join us.
Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, one fate will get my black mage over.
Yeah, I'm not sure on Ninja and Paladin, but they are close.
White mage for me is about a third of the way through level, so it's gonna need the dungeon.
Actually, there's a bar here. Let's go to the bar. If we're going to hang out anywhere, it should be at the bar. Yay, bar. Bar with booze. A proper adventurer meal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you all for joining us. We're going to go ahead and cut out a little early, unless you guys want to just sit and chat for a while. We can totally do that. We've got about 4 minutes, maybe. But it's not enough time for us to really get involved into anything else.
No.
Sad to say. I should probably switch to Gladiator, so we can deal with that next week. Or I can remember to deal with that next week.
Yeah.
Glad we finally got the gold saucer stuff out of the way, though I'm sad we can't afford any bunny suits. Yeah, you go faceplant, Caradwin. Get a good night's sleep. Hope to see you later on. I'm trying to think. Next week, once we get the classes up with probably just a little run work, we've got a whole bunch of side quests that are opened. Yay! Side quests are good. But we're starting to feel the pressure of we miss our heat of battle too. We're so dependent on our earrings and our heat of battle, which is a guild buff. We'll figure it out though. Anyways, you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be streaming Monday for the last little bit of Bosnia for cleaning up the quests there. And then probably do some fate running for our relics and not worry about Bosnia after that.
Pretty much.
Bosnia is dealable, but
It's special.
last Friday kind of left a kind of a sour note in my mouth. Mostly just dealing with too many random puggers and someone throwing salt and deciding to have a measuring contest between two different groups, and that's not fun to always be in the middle of. Yeah, but we'll probably just do Monday. We won't do Wednesday or Friday. We'll just have that as kind of our time with Rylea and Thayran, and then back to Heaven on High.
And
yes,
finally get back to some of the other things that have been kind of put on hold for the Bajif run.
Yeah, like finishing off the dwarves. Hey, any place you can hang out and serve drinks to dwarves is an honest good day. And dang it, I want our lollipops. At least we got our rolling tankards.
Yes.
But yeah.
And boy, the hammered fragments have been wonderful for saving lots of expenses for the slither sand.
Oh gosh, yes. I'm so grateful for that. Saturday, we'll go ahead and pick up our stream Saturday for more Heaven on High. We'll actually start at what, 51 or 61?
Yes, 51.
51. So
we went from 21 to 50 last night.
So we'll probably make it through the 70 boss next week. Knock on wood.
That's the hope.
Any case, you guys have a great evening, and we hope to see you on Monday, or if not then, on Saturday. I can say words. Words can be said.
Yes.
Be safe.
Sometimes they're even the right words.
Yeah. Get a good night's sleep. Stay safe. Be well. Want to see you here next week. Thank you and good night.
Have a great night, all.